Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Monday, June 3rd, 2024 Kitty Hawk Town Council meeting to order. It's 6 o'clock p.m. We're in the Kitty Hawk Town Hall in the Smith meeting room. Thank you all for coming here tonight. Those of you who are watching at home, it means a lot for to let us know that you're interested in what's going on in your town. Before we get started, I'm going to change things up just a little bit tonight. I'm sure all of you are aware, we recently lost a very valuable member of our Kitty Hawk family, Jamie Ewers, who was a public works supervisor with our public works department. Jamie was just a great guy who would do anything you asked him to. It was a great loss. I would like to ask that you keep the public works department in your thoughts and prayers, as well as Jamie's family. I'd like to ask you to join me in a moment of silence in Jamie's honor, please. Thank you very much appreciated. If you would all stand if you're able and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Folks, we had a little minor issue go on regarding some public hearings and text amendments. I have a statement I'm going to read for you. And there may be some of you here tonight to speak. You're still welcome to speak in public comment. Due to a staff oversight, the public hearings for the zoning text amendments regarding maximum building sizes and accessory dwelling units were not properly advertised in the newspaper. By the time staff realized the error, it was too late to get the proper notice into the paper. Therefore, we are unable to hold the two zoning text amendment public hearings, and instead we'll reschedule them for the July 1 meeting. When staff detected the issue, Melody contacted me. They had already touched base with Casey. We are not required to actually set another public hearing because it will be heard at the July meeting. But I want to schedule some public hearings tonight. So when we get to the public hearing section, council, there's two more that we have to make to go ahead and schedule those for the July meeting, July 1st meeting. Everybody good? And I hope this did not inconvenience anyone in attendance tonight. It happened. I don't like that it happened, but it happened, and we're dealing with it in the proper manner. Okay? All right. Council, I need a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Motion made by David. Second?
Second.
Second by Charlotte. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Thank you. Public comments section. Laura, has anyone signed up for public comment?
Yes, Mayor. We have Ms. Debbie Swick.
Okay.
From Southern Shores.
Come on up, Miss Debbie. I think I know what you're going to talk about.
You think you do. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you so very much for putting on your agenda the ordinance that I have requested for the balloon ban. Sadly, I know I show up at these meetings with these things all the time. I have wonderful beach warriors that clean up on a daily basis for me. Unfortunately, it's not enough, but this one was found 2 days ago, and it still has air in it. The need for this ordinance is so grand. It is something that is dear to my heart, and you are making such an impact by excuse me, that's
Amazing. Keep going.
you're making such an impact by enacting an ordinance. The resolution is much appreciated, but the ordinance is so necessary, not only because the other towns have done so and that Dare County Commissioners are considering it, but it sends a message. It sends a very positive message. It sends a message of education to people. I have reached out, we're making documentaries nationally and locally now to get the word out. And I'm so very proud of Kitty Hawk and all of your efforts. And I brag about you all the time. I know it's slow and steady, it's not as fast as some of the other towns, but I certainly do appreciate everything that you have done and your support on this issue. Please share this story with your friends and your visitors and all the guests that come to your beautiful town. Tell them, no matter where they live, helium balloon releases anywhere east of the Mississippi impact our oceans. So share that message with them. Let them know that we care about our community as well as I know that they do. Our visitors come here because they love it, and I thank you very much for your consideration and your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
Anyone else signed up? Laura?
Yes, sir. We have Kyle Stickley.
Come on up, Kyle. And folks, remember, I think Debbie got buzzed a little early there, but you have 3 minutes public comment. And just speak directly into the mic, please.
Good evening, council. Good evening, mayor. My name's Kyle Stickley, 5120 The Woods Road. I spoke last meeting about concerns of my neighbors building a Airbnb next door to me. Those concerns have become real. So we have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath Airbnb now next door to us. It has an occupancy of 5 people. There's been an increase of traffic in our private driveways. And I feel like we're in a residential zone, single-family dwelling area. I feel like this is a business. I don't think it should be allowed. Another concern with it being 5-person occupancy, I called the health department because that makes them over occupancy on their septic. The health department told me to call the real estate commission. They were unwilling to do anything, which I find unsettling. To reading some of the ordinances on accessory dwelling units, I find home occupations is allowed, but I find that Airbnbs, VRBOs, however you want to say it, don't fit these guidelines. So again, I don't feel they should be allowed. The only thing I do find that is allowed is bed and breakfast. I don't find these being a bed and breakfast. That would be something you, from what I read, have to get a permit from the county and the town to be able to have. Also, the effect that all these Airbnbs have on our local businesses. I mean, we have rental companies. They employ people, they invest a lot of money in our area. That's taking away money from them. So, again, I feel there should be some form of text amendment to not allow these in our communities, in our residential zone areas. We have commercial districts that I feel like these fit in, hotel districts, there's plenty of places to rent. I don't feel like it should be next door in my backyard. That's all I got.
All right.
I thank you for hearing my.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is anyone else signed up to speak?
No, sir.
Anyone else like to speak tonight at public comment period about any topic? No one else? All right, let the record show no one else chose to speak, please. Okay, oath of office. Melody, would you like to start us off here?
Come on, Lauren.
I am beyond excited to introduce Lauren Garrett as our new PIO and town clerk. This is her first meeting, so be easy on her. She joins us with 14 years of professional experience in operations management, financial analysis, marketing, and business administration. She's worked in real estate and property management primarily. Before relocating to the Outer Banks in 2010, she worked in Asheville and government contracting and aerospace and industrial manufacturing. She holds a bachelor's degree in psychology, which is going to be helpful, and a minor in business and marketing from Radford University. Lauren's husband, Daniel, is here, and he's actually mentioned in the bio. In her spare time, she likes spending time with her husband, Daniel, entertaining friends and family at her home in Powell's Point, and caring for her menagerie of rescued pets. What is it, 2 cats and a dog? And a horse, yes. She's an avid beach goer as well as a lifelong equestrian who rides her Appaloosa horse Dexter as often as possible. So please join me in welcoming Lauren. She has already made a really positive impact in the last week that she's been here. So we are so happy to have you. Thank you.
All right, Lauren, let's make it real.
Laura, do you have your phone? Phone? Have a phone? Got it.
I state your name.
Lauren Garrett.
Do solemnly and sincerely swear that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States, that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and the authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as the town clerk for the town of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. So help me God. And so say I do.
I do.
Congratulations, Madam Clerk. We are so fortunate and lucky to have Lauren. She's just been a breath of fresh air. I didn't know until tonight she had a psychology degree. Stay here long enough, you may need that. Thank you. Thank you. That was great. Thank you. All right, council, I need a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda, please.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda.
Thank you, Dylan. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Charlotte. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Number 8, no items are removed from consent agenda. Number 9, we need to set a number of public hearing dates, council. First one, text amendment 42-1, definitions of accessory workforce housing.
Mr. Mayor, I move to set a public hearing at the Town Council meeting on July the 1st, 2024 to consider the proposed text amendment to add definitions for accessory use workforce habitation and accessory workforce housing in section 42-1.
Thank you, Jeff. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Text amendment, minimum lot size, 42-247, 42-248, 42-249, 42-273, 42-274, 42-275, and 42-1 definitions. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move to set a public hearing at the Town Council meeting for July the 1st, 2024 to consider the proposed text amendment to definition of minimum lot size in section 42-1 and in the relevant district regulations as noted in the staff report.
Thank you, Jeff. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Charlotte. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Thank you. All right, 9C is the one we need to reschedule. Council, 42-1 definitions and 42-5 28 accessory dwelling units. I'd like to make a motion to set the public hearing on those items on July 1st, 2024, the next council meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Thank you, David. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Next text amendment regarding allowable single-family dwellings, all districts, maximum dwelling size and occupancy. Staff proposes language that would set a maximum dwelling size of 6,000 feet of conditioned living space and 14 occupants. Do I have a motion
So moved.
for the July 1st, 2024?
Yes.
Thank you, Jeff. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, David. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay. Number of public hearings. It's going to be a long meeting next month. Okay. Item 10, conditional site plan review. Rob, would you like to come up, please? Food pantry addition.
The applicant submitted site plan modification request to add 1,410 square feet to the rear of the existing 1,880 square foot commercial structure. The property is located in the BC1 zoning district and is surrounded by other BC1 properties and across US 158 and BC2. Per section 42-1, because the proposed addition is greater than 15% of the size of the existing structure, it does not qualify as a minor modification, so that's why it's coming before the planning board and now town council. So the lot coverage, maximum allowable coverage in BC1 is 60%. The proposal here includes a removal of 457 square feet of existing asphalt, which is going to reduce the lot coverage to 52.36%. Building height, the proposed building height for the addition appears to be 32 feet based on the site plan submitted. Maximum allowable is 35 feet. You see in the BC1 district, there's a 10-foot side setback, 15 feet on the front, and 20-foot rear setback. And proposed addition for the site plan meets all minimum setback requirements. The planning board reviewed this proposal at their May 16th meeting and unanimously recommended approval for the proposed site plan modification. That's kind of all I've got prepared for it. If you got any questions of me, pretty straightforward proposal form.
Council, any questions for Rob?
Just got a comment. So I noticed it, and you had it in your staff report as well, Rob. So the maximum height for this zone is 35 feet, and the drawing didn't have a dimension for that. We scaled it, and it's
Right.
approximately 32.
Correct.
I would prefer, moving forward, staff have the right information so you can for sure tell that it's under maximum height.
And we will, during construction, require, height certificate before they get their rough-in inspection, so.
Understood.
Verify in the field when it's being done.
I'd like to verify
Sure.
before it gets built in the field, but I understand that it would be a good check as well at the end. Just maybe we should put a condition moving forward on this one, if we decide to approve it, that it needs to be, ensure that it's within the maximum building height allowance. If the council agrees with
Yeah,
that.
that's a great idea. Great idea. Great idea. Is anyone here representing Beach Food Pantry tonight? Okay. All right. Council, are there any questions for these folks?
I have one more question. Sorry. It's not very clear what's being removed behind the building where the new structure is being built. Is that existing parking that's being removed?
Yes,
That's parking spaces?
that's correct.
Is that currently a loading zone as well?
Yes.
So the trucks are already delivering in the back of that road?
There's 5 spots on the south side of that parking lot that are going to be removed. And the current configuration shown on the drawing is the current way they load the dock now.
It is the current, okay.
Correct.
So trucks are already going in and out of Lindbergh in that route. What is your typical delivery vehicle? Is it a 18-wheeler as shown on the plan?
Well, that's what they hope to do. They get cheaper prices on.
Are they able to make that maneuver as it is right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you haven't had any complaints with the existing neighbors on deliveries through that back road?
Yeah, it's got to include removal of 457 square feet of existing asphalt.
I was just concerned, it is meeting minimum parking
Yes.
requirements,
Yeah.
removing those spaces. Okay. That's all I have.
Okay, very good, very good. Council, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move to grant the approval of this site plan modification at 4007 North Croatan Highway.
Thank you, Charlotte. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dylan. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
All right, council, I need a motion to go into public hearing regarding the 2024-2025 budget.
So moved.
Motion made by Charlotte, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are in public hearing. Melanie?
So tonight, at the May meeting, we presented a full budget presentation, and the budget's been available for review. Excuse me. This is just a highlights of the fiscal year 2025 budget. It is balanced at $11,957,726. There is no proposed property tax increase. There's no use of unrestricted fund balance. It establishes a community relations line item, and it also funds capital reserve for some future purchases. A few of the highlights include replacement of fire, police, and public work vehicles, upgrade to planning software, purchase of a dump truck, and replace in-car police laptops. Some of the funding for the capital reserve include a Caterpillar backhoe replacement, boardwalk and dock repairs, fire truck replacement, and in-car police radios. And that is what I have for you tonight.
Thank you, Melody. Council, any questions for Melody during public hearing? Is anyone here would like to speak during this public hearing section about the budget? Let the record show no one else chose to speak. No discussion, council?
We're approving the budget tonight?
Sir?
We're approving the budget
Yes, sir.
tonight?
Once we get back in regular session. No more questions in public hearing?
I do have a question.
All right.
That's pertaining to law enforcement. There seems to be a place item in there for, I think it's $15,000 for, can't think of the name of the word, but we don't practice it here. Would you like to speak to that, please?
Is it clear?
Clear, that's it.
Clear.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members, manager. Yes, sir. I believe you're talking about accreditation.
That's correct.
CALEA, Commission on Accreditation, or NCLEA, which is the North Carolina Law Enforcement Accreditation. Yes, sir.
So do you feel that that line item is needed? When would you like to try to implement that? I'd like to understand a little bit more about it.
Okay, thank you. That's a great question. So yes, sir, I do believe accreditation is a extremely important and lofty goal, depending on either one you go with, either the North Carolina Law Enforcement Accreditation or CALEA. CALEA is an internationally recognized accrediting body. And so there is a charge each year in order to participate in that. And it's not only for the accreditation itself, but it's the software that supports it as well, because there is a lot of documentation that takes place. Accreditation is having an outside body come in and look at your policy, procedures, and practices and verify that you're actually doing what is the best practices in the industry. And so to me, I think that's very critical and important for a law enforcement agency to prove that they are doing what they say they're doing and they're doing it the right way. You know, one of the examples I've used in the past is we send our kids to colleges, and everybody sends their kids to an accredited university because somebody else has looked at them and said, hey, yes, they are doing what they're supposed to be doing and doing it the right way. I think a police department should be done the same way. It is a pretty high and lofty goal, and it's a challenge. It will take us probably 3 to 4 years in order to accomplish it. So it's not something you do and it happens overnight. It's a tremendous amount of work. It's reviewing every single one of your policies, updating your policies, and making sure they meet the standards that are applied for the accreditation in order to accomplish that.
Well, I can appreciate that. Do you feel that's the right fit for Kitty Hawk? Outside, I mean, I get accreditations and all that. When I did research on it, I can't find but maybe one or two other towns or whatever you want to call it do that in North Carolina.
Oh, there are plenty of them. I'd be more than happy to get you a list from police.
So there is more than a couple.
Website. You can see it there. But it is not everybody because it is a challenge. It's not a gimme. It is a lot of work. It's a commitment from the department to do this and from the town to be a part of it. Do I think it's the right fit? Yes, sir. I think it's the right fit for any agency. I would hope that the town and the town council would support being an agency that does things the right way and has other people looking at them to assure that we're doing things the way that we say we do and the way is accepted in the industry.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. It's just new to me. I hadn't heard much about it. You can probably speak more to it.
I have been through a number of those inspections over the years. It's, you talk about pucker factor until you find out that you've actually passed the inspection. It's a lot of hard work involved. Once you pass that inspection, Chief is right. You're set to a higher standard. Your policies, procedures, your forms, your paperwork, your equipment that you have in your vehicles that the officers have. It's I think it's a very big goal, and I'm glad you're ready and willing to tackle that goal. I think it's a great thing for Kitty Hawk. But there are a lot of agencies across the state that are CALEA certified.
So, quite honestly, the easy route for me to go would not to be to
That's right.
I will tell you that right now.
Right.
This goal that I'm telling you about, I don't know that I can adequately explain how difficult it is going to be for a small agency like us to attain it. But I truly believe that the people that we have here and the mindset that we have and what we're trying to accomplish, I truly believe we can make it happen. But it's not going to be easy.
Good enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Any more questions for Chief, Counsel? Okay. All right, if not, I need a motion to go back into regular session, please.
So moved.
Motion made by David. Second?
Second.
Second by Dylan. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Council, we're back in regular session. I need a motion, if you're prepared and ready, regarding the 2024-2025 budget.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to adopt the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget, capital improvements plan, and all other budget-related documents as presented.
Thank you, Jeff. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Charlotte. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we have a budget.
Yay.
I so look forward to this conversation next year.
Yeah.
Right, Jeff?
This is going to be a way easier one next year.
Okay, item number 12. Let's talk about some balloons. Consideration of balloon ordinances. Melody, is that you?
I think so. So at the last council meeting, we talked about what we would like to do with the situation of releasing balloons. And a question was asked as to whether balloons could be considered as litter and part of our litter ordinance. And Chief Polkovics did some research, and it cannot be considered litter because you have to watch it go up and come down, and you have to be in the same jurisdiction where it all happens. So We, after talking with Casey, we have proposed a more civil type ordinance. It's modeled after all the other towns, really, in Southern Shores. It would have a civil penalty of $250 for anyone witnessing an intentional balloon release. And you have the proposed ordinance in front of you tonight for your consideration. And I'm sure Casey can answer any questions you might have.
Absolutely, be happy to.
I have a question then. So if you do witness it come out of somebody's hand on purpose though, that you are witnessing them litter, right?
No,
Oh, okay, help me out.
So, no, it's a great question, and I'm telling you, the research was, Chief can help out if he certainly feels he needs to. The research was interesting, to say the least. So, to litter, under the criminal statutes, I mean, you know, we've got state code that usurps anything we would ever try to do. We're not allowed to develop criminal laws and define them. The state does that. And
Correct.
under that definition of litter, you must see the release. You must be able to confirm that the balloon that was released landed and be able to identify the landing spot, trace it back to the original release. And again, from a jurisdictional standpoint, there's a lot of differing questions there, and a whole nother set of, you know, apples in the cart because of the fact that balloons obviously travel. So long ways, as Mr. Zwick has said many times at meetings. But the differentiating factor here is doing it through town ordinance. We're requiring only the intentional release to be the act in question.
So it's better.
Right. It does away with the requirement that the state puts on us as far as the criminal side of things is concerned.
Statute.
Yep. Yep.
Good enough for me. Thank
Good. Thank you, Chief. Any further questions?
No, the same way, man.
Any further conversation?
Was the penalty $250? Is that consistent with adjacent towns? Is that what we saw?
That was modeled right after, actually, Southern Shores.
Do we feel like that's enough? That someone willing to spend that just to release their balloons?
I don't think it is. I'm not gonna make a big stink of it.
And in the grand scheme of a wedding cost, that's just a drop in the bucket. We could always come back and adjust it.
Yeah, we can.
we could.
And David,
And-
you kind of touched on it. It's going to be an enforcement nightmare.
It will be. I mean, you could get on down a rabbit hole with that if it lands in.
But I mean, if it, you know, realistically, I mean, like if you're sitting there and your neighbor, all of a sudden you see a whole bunch of blue balloons get sent off at you know, a reveal party or something, you can say, hey, my neighbor, you know, or something like that, or you know, a wedding, but you know.
I'm good.
Okay.
I just, you know, there's a lot of it in the waterways, you know.
Oh, I saw 2 yesterday.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, council, do I have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to amend the Kitty Hawk Town Code to adopt an ordinance making it illegal to intentionally release any inflated balloon within the town limits.
And I'm gonna second that.
Thank you, Charlotte. David, second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Miss Debbie, are you happy? I don't know of anyone who's worked hard on this than Miss Debbie Swift. You have done an outstanding job.
Does that mean you're tired of seeing me?
You have done an outstanding job. You
Come anytime.
You can come back to this meeting anytime.
And I love the part about biodegradable is not true. On the back of your car, there's no such thing.
All right, council, we've got some appointments to make that are expiring. Let's start with the planning board, please. We have Brian Parker as a regular member and alternates Matt Spencer and alternate Blair Meads, who are expiring and need to be reappointed. You can consider any names. These are not the only names you can consider. Let's start with the regular member. Do I have a motion to appoint or reappoint?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to reappoint Brian Parker as a regular member on the planning board with the term of office to expire June the 30th, 2026.
Thank you, Jeff.
Second.
Second by Dylan. Any further names? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we have an appointment or reappointment of Matt Spencer and Blair Meads as alternates, please.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to reappoint Matt Spencer and Blair Meads as alternates on the planning board with a term of office to expire June 30th, 2026.
Second.
Second by Dave. Thank you, Jeff. Any further? All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? And we also have Brian Parker, who was just reappointed, also serves as vice chair. He would need to be reappointed to that position unless council feels otherwise.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to reappoint Brian Parker as vice chairman of the planning board for a one-year term.
Thank you, Jeff. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Dylan. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Okay, Board of Adjustment. We have 4 that have all said they'd like to be reappointed. Blair Meads, Christine Buckner, Natalie Smith, Kip Tabb, or any other names that you may have. I need a motion to appoint or reappoint, please.
Do we do them all?
These are all,
At one time?
if you feel like, yeah, want to do them all at one time, they're all regular members.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to reappoint Blair Meads, Christine Buckner, Natalie Smith, and Kip Tabb to the Board of Adjustment as regular members of the Board of Adjustment with the term of office to expire June 30th, 2026.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by David. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All
Aye.
opposed? Also, Blair currently serves as the chairman. If you would like to appoint or reappoint, I need a motion for that, please.
I'll make a motion on that. I make a motion to reappoint Blair Meads as chairman of the Board of Adjustment for a one-year term.
Thank you, David.
I'll second that.
Second by Jeff. Any further? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, and then we have the Recreation Committee. We have 3 names here whose terms are expiring, need to be reappointed. Dave Klebitz, Ryan Thibodeau, and Kip Tabb. I'll take motions as appropriate. Go ahead. To appoint or reappoint.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Kip Tabb, Ryan Thibodeau, and Dave Klebitz to the Recreation Committee for another term.
Thank you. Term expired June 30th, 2026. Correct?
I'll
Thank you,
second.
Charlotte. Second by David. Any further? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, thank you, council. Thank you very much. Those appointments and reappointments are very important to this time. Miss Melody, comments from town manager.
Sure. Good evening. I am very excited to announce that we have a fully executed contract for the police department renovation and construction. And we've also received all the insurance and bonding information and all the required documents from the contractor. So we will be scheduling a kickoff meeting with all the parties, and it's going to be a good thing. So we're excited about that. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a flood and storm prevention meeting, community meeting here. The public is invited to attend. It's a drop-in, from what I understand, between 5:30 and 7:30 here at Town Hall. And they'll be talking about and getting public's feedback on flood prevention and storm protection projects throughout the town. It's a busy week. On Wednesday, June the 5th, the Kitty Hawk Police Department will be holding a medicine drop at the police department from 10 to 3. This is a free program that allows people to safely and securely dispose of their unwanted over-the-counter and prescription medicines. And that, again, is at the police department. On June the 29th, the police department will be holding its annual fishing tournament at Kitty Hawk Pier. It's from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's a Saturday. The suggested age for this event is 6 to 13 years of age, but everyone is welcome. There'll be prizes awarded and food and refreshments. Please contact the Kitty Hawk Police Department. Sergeant Tyler Kouskouris is heading up this event for us, but instead of spelling out his name and everything in his email, I'll just say, call the police department. And also, I want to give a shout out to Peggy Langley. Thank you so much. She has beautified our circle around our town sign and been taking care of our plants. It looks so nice, and it's nice to have people that just do that just because.
I knew that was better than a professional landscaping company.
Thank you, Peggy, that was wonderful.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Melody. Casey?
Mayor, I have nothing. Thank you.
Okay. Council, David?
I don't have a whole lot. I would like to, for the next meeting, be able to have an open discussion about alternate members on the planning board, where Rob can come up and speak to whatever he feels about is best for the town in that regard.
Would you like to put that on the agenda for the next meeting?
I would.
Melody, can we handle that?
Of course,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you, David. Anything else?
No, sir, that's it.
Okay. Dylan?
I want to welcome Lauren. Welcome to the town. Thank you. And I just wanted to do a quick mention on one of the items on the consent agenda was a donation from the Wise family on behalf of a family member and a friend that we all lost earlier this year, BB Wise, Mr. Brian Wise. And I just want to thank the Wise family for that donation. I think that was very nice and kind. And lastly, thank you, Ms. Langley, for dressing up the sign. That was wonderful. Appreciate it. That's all I have.
Thank you, Dylan. Jeff?
Well, I also have on here to thank the family of Brian Wise, which we all called BB, and they give a donation to the police department for the community outreach program, and I'd just like to thank their family and let them know we're thinking about them. We really appreciate it. I'd also like to thank all of our board members from the Planning Board, Board of Adjustments, and the Recreation Committee. Once again, everybody came back and asked to be back, and I just want to thank everybody for also doing that. Welcome, Lauren. Welcome to the town. And don't use too much of them psychology skills on me. Leave me out of that. But anyway, that's all I have.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Summer's here. I think we all know that, right? Thank you for all the staff. Willie, I know you're short right now, but you have not skipped a beat, my friend. Fire department, police department. Chief and I, we've got kind of a double booking. We've been asked to speak tomorrow night at the Kitty Hawk Baptist Church. So Chief says we're going there because they're cooking hamburgers and hot dogs. So that's where we'll be speaking tomorrow night. But again, thank you. I'm like you, Jeff. Everybody that we talked to, yes, I would like to be reappointed. It would be an honor. God, that's wonderful.
Every single one of them.
That's great. Lauren, thank you. Glad you're here. Anything else, Councilman?
Charlotte.
I'm sorry, Charlotte.
No, that's okay.
I will not hear the end of that.
I want to thank Chief Talley and the fire department for the kickoff lunch the other day. It was amazing. A lot of work went into doing that, and it's always a good thing to have that kickoff and get the summer started. So thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. And we've already mentioned this before, but Liliana, you and your staff on that budget, y'all did a wonderful job.
You absolutely did.
We asked for information and you got it for us right away, whatever we wanted. So thank you so much. Thank you. And Melody, I know you're proud of your staff. So
I am.
Thank you. Anything else? All right, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
We are adjourned.